again, Keith Loki back with another video for the colony. In the prior video, we got a bit more storage up to the orbital station and did a... or no, I did that between videos. I did a little cleaning around the base also. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and bring the last two refineries up, and probably some other parts. I'll have to figure out what else we're going to bring. Because we have two refineries that we have to bring up. The fabrication module and the mobile refinery. I'm just kind of thinking on what's the best method to bring those up, because it's been lately a bit of a hassle trying to bring these up. Like, these things weigh on their own 3,500. It's actually not too bad. Let's go ahead and... one thing I also want to try. For some reason, my refineries for... I won't do that. Do we have any side tanks? For some reason, I'm not able to actually refine inflatable liquid fuel tank. We'll go ahead and throw at least two of those on, just because for some reason I'm not able to produce oxidize or anything up there. It might be related to these, or to not having any tanks on there, so I'll go ahead and put those on just for good measure. And then we're also going to need the fabrication module, so this is already a bit of weight. Okay, so that's that. I'm just thinking if I should go ahead and just attach this directly to the planet, or not. I'm on the fence about it. Yeah, I think this is just going to go ahead and be attached directly to the asteroid, I mean. Because right now, the main part is starting to get a little bit wobbly, really. And I don't really want to have to deal with that wobble too much. If the wobble keeps happening, it's going to cause a bunch of issues. And then we'll go ahead and put that there. Because it's right now it's wobbling to an amount that is kind of dangerous, and I don't really want to have to continue dealing with it being difficult to actually attach stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a jaw on this. This is just gonna connect right into the friggin' thing. And then we need the octagonal to that, the carbonine to this, and we'll go ahead and put another clampatron on this. So there's our next two refineries. This is kind of a overwieldy piece, but it is what it is. So that on there. We'll go ahead and do what we did in the last video, since it worked actually pretty well. We're going to go ahead and just do the higher thrust catalyst engine. 4,000. So this will be the stage that gets us there and attached. Throw that monorepellent tank on there. And now we just got to find the center point of this whole thing. It's right there. We'll put these on here just to be safe. So there's our main stage, or our last stage. Now we need to create the bottom stage. Use this, and then we're going to need quite a bit of fuel. Do Do I actually have the space-wide tanks? I do. Let's go ahead and go with those. I haven't actually used those yet, and it'd be nice to just try them out. Maybe even just ditch the booster stages for these instead. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead with that. We'll need to add more tanks though. So move that tank and throw this one on. No, we still don't have enough fuel. We'll throw 2 of them on. This will most likely be able to get us in orbit with no issue. And even if it doesn't, we still have that top stage to help us with that last little bit of thrust. Throw this on here. And then we also need reaction wheels. How much weight does this thing actually? 51. So it's a little bit better than our prior stage. So throw 2 and 2. So there's our, I can't even see the top, but there's this final stage. We do not have enough electric charge, I already know. Oh, actually we do have enough electric charge, but we're also going to need a control point. I forgot to put a probe on this. So that's that, and now we need some solar panels. I don't want to end up like the last video where I had to use HyperEdit, so we're going to put the non-deployable ones on. So, factories. I think I spelled that right. And launch. So this stage here, it will allow us to do all the production we need. The next stage we're going to bring up, which will be attached to the back of this one, we do have that docking port, is going to be our habitation mod. I forgot to remove them, Space Center, because we don't need them right now, and I don't want to have to worry about them running out of supplies. Oh, I went to the Space Center, didn't I? Recover. Okay, I really hope that auto-saved. But what we're going to do is, after we get this stage up, we're going to go ahead and bring out the habitation modules and probably a few more parts, maybe a little bit of storage or somewhat. We might have to bring out another agricultural module because I don't know how much we can actually support our Kerbals at this current time, because we might not actually have enough supply production, which could cause quite a bit of issues. So it's quite a big rocket. I'm not used to this size. 500,000 kilograms. But it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, I forgot to bring struts also. I meant to do that too, so we could stabilize the other area that's kind of like bouncing around. Let's keep tilting over slowly. I don't really care about fuel economy with this because we have more than enough fuel for it. Let's bring it down a little bit so we don't speed up so fast, because we don't want to have it flip over because of the wind resistance. Once we get up to like 20k, we'll start thrusting full amount again. One good thing about this size of rocket is the minute I have to zoom out, I don't have to listen to that damn engine constantly thrusting, which is a nice little bonus. We're down to... we dropped 300 kilograms of weight already. And now we want to get this up to 70k, which we should be able to do no problem. We'll pull up the orbital part of Flight Engineer because we want to be able to see that instead of having to go on the map constantly. We have 400 machine parts. We're probably going to have to do a few supply missions to that base, just to fill up its machinery and some other parts, just so we don't have to worry about it running out. Because you need machinery for most of the parts to actually function properly. Let's hope I don't get too hot from this maneuver. We still have a fair bit of Delta V left for this stage, so we don't have to worry about that running out. We'll go up to 80 and stop. Slowly bring ourselves down. It's going to be quite hard while still in orbit, or in the atmo. And I figured out why my videos recording is actually cutting in half. I guess the video recording software I'm using, it cuts out at about what's the time? It cuts out at about a few minutes. Come on, flip over. No, no. Oh shoot. Okay, we're gonna have to go the full rotation. But it cuts out at about 55 minutes. So I'm gonna have to start stopping the video at that point because it takes a couple hours for my video editing software to render the new video, which I feel is a bit ridiculous, but it keeps the proper resolution and all that crap compared to the other programs I used for video editing before that would square out my video and all that and just lower the quality a ton, which I hated when it happened because I don't like having that happen. There we go. Come on. Stop it. I don't know why it keeps rolling when it shouldn't. We have how much? Oh, 11,000 kilonewtons of thrust on this thing. That's insane. So we'll start thrusting at like 80k because we won't need to worry too much about time frames for our maneuver. And we're pretty much right in orbit already. We're like 2/3 of the way there because of that really shallow ascent profile, which I've been kind of avoiding because I usually always screw up these shallow ascents either by burning up my craft or flipping over or under because of it. We're almost at the point where we're going to start thrusting now. And this craft will be a lot easier to dock with the asteroid because of just using the jaw. I wouldn't mind doing that for all of it, but it equals out to a very needle pointy looking freaking asteroid, which I don't want to have to deal with. We're almost at the point we'll start circularizing this orbit. Yeah, we're gonna have a ton left actually. Okay, I don't like that it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, because it's now got a kind of ugly amount of extra friggin' orbit. Yeah, it's going to cause us a few issues. Not too much, we can account for it, but we got like one side double the height of the other side. Bring that down as far as we can. Decent. So, slowly drift to that maneuver node. This is another flight where we can do the orbital maneuver right away instead of having to do a full orbit. And we have just enough, almost enough delta V to get us where we need to be. Time warp to stop us right where we need to be. this isn't going to be too much of a maneuver for it. We can just ditch this stage. Left, and we'll start thrusting right now. Whoa! I don't know why it started tilting off point. Okay, so we are still use the monopropellant to get us into a relatively good orbit or encounter. So all the weight's back here, though. It's a little bit weird, but we are now on our way to our encounter with Minimus. We'll just have to go ahead and do a normal maneuver to get us a more favorable orbital position. But all in all, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We're going to be passing by the Mun pretty close too. Like just outside of its sphere of influence. It would have been nice to set up there, but for video's sake I decided not to. It's just a little bit more difficult of a location, and with Minimus being just outside of, or just inside the sphere of influence of Kerbin, it's a lot easier to eject ourselves into Kerbal. None of the hassle we would have with something that's so close to Kerbin. It's like in a sixth maybe of the distance from Kerbin to Minimus. So maneuver there, wait till we get within a couple of hours. Now we need to focus on Minimus. We're in a polar orbit. Nice. Now we want to bring ourselves to the other side of Minimus. And now continue bringing ourselves down. Okay, that should be good. Start bringing ourselves towards that maneuver node. How much monopropellant we have? We have more than enough monopropellant to do this stuff. So we'll just leave our monopropellant thrusters running. If this was a larger craft, because right now, that last stage, once we drop it, it's going to lose a ton of weight, but, well, we can't really drop it actually because we need that stage. But yeah, once that's gone, this thing's going to weigh nothing, and it's only going to have a part count of 13. Which I want to be conservative with my part count because I don't want to have to keep dealing with constant part cullings, because we are getting to the point where it's not going to be possible for us to easily cull parts. And we are pretty much there. And we overshot it. Don't matter. The thrust anyway. With this much distance between stuff, it don't really matter. We are relatively probably still in the same area. No, we are not. So we're going to want to go to retrograde. Oh. Actually just maneuvering over to the area we want to go is going to alter it a bit. Bring that up. Bring it up till this reaches here. And we are good. Now we just need to get into the sphere of influence of Minimus and do our maneuvers to get into the right area. And we still have a lot of time before the video ends up splitting itself, which I really wish it didn't do that. It's quite annoying that it does, but it is what it is. Yeah, I wish I could condense these videos down to a lower time frame, but it would just be annoying for me to spend the time in making the ship, get it into orbit, end the video there, and then spend the next video flying to the planet and connecting it. It would just be half my videos would be boring as shit, while the other ones would be not as boring as shit. Is the best way to put it, I guess. Over the rock station. Okay, so we are relatively... we should be able to actually maybe get encounter right off the bat. We might have to be careful though, because it could lead to us crashing into the planet. Okay, we'll need to... I wish I knew the relation this had on it. It might be the wrong one. Oh no, that might work. If we're lucky, we should be able to get this in a few kilometers. Now, back to prograde. Or would it be retrograde that we need to do? I'm not 100%. Yeah, it's retrograde that we need to do. Yeah, we're going to be maybe in a dangerous situation, but we can probably, if it goes to the fan, as in the shit hits the fan completely, we should be able to rectify any disasters and missing our maneuver and all that. But that's like worst case scenario. I don't think we'll have to worry too much about that. Yeah, we're in the planet now. But with that, we can just go ahead and thrust out of it, either as hitting prograde, or we can just go ahead and do one of the radials. I don't know which one that would equal out to it, but we should be able to do the radials to just bring us out of this suicide orbit. That'll be nice, because right now we can just do that, and come on. We just need to go ahead and thrust against, or away from the target. Come on. Oh, pretty close to the asteroid right now, so that's actually pretty good. Get ourselves into a negative orbit. Aim towards the target. Let's use the SAS for this, because I don't want to have to deal with it, like, because at the distance we're at right now, if I have even a little bit of thrust in the directions I don't want to deal with, it will suck. Because if I aim directly at it and thrust, if I have speed going in different directions and it's going to slightly drift off, I'll have to slow down, start over again. And never mind, screw it. Because I don't have enough reaction wheels right now. But we're not terribly off of it. We should be able to rectify it by just tilting over a little bit. There we go. start aiming towards the retrograde. I mean, once we get close enough, we can just slow down, and then we can just drift into the asteroid, because right now we're actually targeting one of the side ships, not the actual asteroid, because we're going to actually want to target the asteroid to come in connection with it. Without targeting the asteroid, it's just going to be more of a hassle. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I did put docking ports on there, so I can, if need be, disconnect this part, arm that, disconnect this part, and then have this as a little extra docking port. But the problem is I'd have to bring tugs up. Which isn't going to be terrible. I can actually just attach them to the 2 docking ports on either end. We're within a kilometer of the station. And come on, slow down. Last little bit. There we go. Target center of mass. So, with this final stage, we'll have full production of all resources that are producible at this time, except for fertilizer and specialized parts. I think we can make everything. And then we just gotta bring up Kerbals to supply efficiency to all these modules. Like right now, there's no productivity on this, but that's because there's no Kerbals on it. But once I connect to the base, there will be a small amount of productivity, meaning this will allow us to start producing stuff. Come on. This will end up into the asteroid on that side. I don't know if I like it on this side, but it's better than nothing. It's moving in at a higher speed than I thought it was gonna. And we are down to 45k. I think I might just leave this whole stage on too, because that means we'll have a nice supply of oxidizer and liquid fuel that I can then hopefully allow the fuel refinery to actually produce those fuels. For some reason it says oxidizer is full, but the asteroid has 100k of space. So 20 times the amount, well 30 times most likely, the amount than this little tiny tank has. How close are we to the asteroid? We're getting really close actually. Time to slow down. I wish I slowed down a little bit sooner actually. Bring it down to 1 meters per second just to be safe. So with these 2 bases, or 2 things, we'll be able to produce machinery. Oh, and we actually have a workbench. I completely forgot about that. So that means we can actually produce more solar panels and other small parts with this base, or with with the fabrication module. Oh, shoot. crap. Okay. We're going to move away. Come on. Okay, what are you doing, ship? I can't even see. Okay, what is going on? Okay, we're gonna have to go ahead and try and find that. Never mind. Turn off those friggin' monopropellant tanks. So we can start producing chemicals, metals, and polymers. Because we do have a very low efficiency level on it, but what is it actually using? So we'll bring up the consumption. We're using substrate and water, a fair amount of substrate actually, metallic ore and minerals per day. Balance. We have very little balance. But we are producing a fair bit of supplies, which is always good. So we're going to quickly go ahead and check if oxidizer full. That's strange. I don't know why I'd be doing that. I'll have to leave a message on the forums asking if anyone else has had that issue before. Missing metals. So yeah, I'll have to wait for a while to start producing mineral or those kits. Missing metals. Metals full. Do I not have metals on here? Ooh, that's not good. So let's stop metals and the chemicals and polymers. We're gonna go ahead and grab Sidu. We're gonna see if they can repaint a tank for us, because she should be able to do so. Yeah, she can. Fertilizer, metal ore, uranium substrate, minerals, carbonium, CDT. What is CDT? Oh, and it painted both of them? Oh, shoot. Do we not have any uranite anymore? We don't. Oh, no, we do. Okay, we got a tank over there. So what was in those tanks? Enriched uranium. Oh. Okay, so we're going to have to bring a new and... Oh, that's not too bad. We actually have a thing for enriched uranium. Never mind. So we're going to want... Oh, what are you doing in there? Rocket repair kit parts. Metal. Is that what I needed? Metals. Yes, that's what I needed. I think that's what I needed. We'll put her back inside and we'll double check that. But if that's what I needed, then that's good, because we're going to need metals. Metals is one of the base resources, or secondary resources. Without that, we can't really do much. Yep, that's metals. So we have 40k in metals. So start metals, chemicals, and polymers. So now we'll have all the stuff we need. We'll need to start transporting up mulch. And then start recycler. What does the recycler use? Scrap parts, I think, or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But, so, in this video we got our last two required factories up here. So now we can produce all the other resources that we need, the tertiary resources. Is it tertiary or is it primary? I can't remember. But we can now produce the stuff we need to start producing material kits and other resources to start producing actual spaceships. We'll need to bring up a couple more Kerbals and also a space dock, which is required to produce a ship, keep it connected to the planet or to the asteroid, fill it with all the required resources you need, and then transfer it off. Between videos, I'm probably going to leave a message on the forum asking why I cannot produce liquid fuel or oxidizer, even though I have... Where's oxidizer at? I have over 100k space for oxidizer, which it's kind of frustrating. And for some reason, I'm not even gaining any xenon gas, even though I am producing xenon gas. Let's actually bring that up. Turn that off. Production. Yeah, it doesn't say I'm producing any xenon gas when I should be producing xenon gas. And I have a very small amount of it. It's kind of strange. Let's actually try something. So I am producing liquid fuel, which it doesn't make any sense that I'm not producing. Wait, I am producing oxidizer, but it's not being transferred to the tank. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check into that, but I'm gonna end the video here. I thank you for watching. I'm Keith Loki. If you like the video, leave a like. If you dislike the video, please leave a dislike so I know. And also leave a comment explaining why you dislike the video. Maybe I can alter the videos matter and make you not dislike them. And if you want to see future updates, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel and you'll see them pop up to your feed. I thank you for watching and you have a good night.